to all my savage beauties out there. It's your girl Michelle B, ready to slay the world one face at a time. Welcome back to my channel. Today I would have created this look for you. It's a twist on what I do for my everyday look once I have to go and do errands and so on. And oh my gosh, we had a stop, we had a start, I had work calls, makeup had to come off and be reapplied, and like I always say, I weather the storm, I roll with the punches, and here we are. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, you need to keep watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, and if you want to keep up to date with me, you need to hit that notification bell and leave me a comment. So I'm starting with a completely bare face except for my primer and my moisturizer, and the reason for that is I want to show you my everyday look. This is what I do when I have to go to work or if I have to run and do errands. This is the basic look that I do. It is not a lot, it does not take very long, but it's the holidays, so I'm gonna put a holiday flair to it. But this is basically it, so let's get right into it. And as usual, I start with my brows. So first I begin with my clean color pencil. Yes, I know it's on its last legs. This is in dark brown. I'm just going to outline my brows and then basically just fill in. Alright, so both of the brows are outlined, and now I'm just going to fill them in. So the brows are all filled, and I use a pencil and I use a brow shadow, and the reason for that is once I fill in with the pencil, there are always going to be gaps, and my hairs are black and I use brown, so I usually have to go over it with brown to combat that. And so I'm going in with the brow shadow. Now funny thing, I can't find my brow shadow, but this is a perfect opportunity to show you one of the hacks that I use when I don't have a product or I can't find a product, because I'm always losing my makeup. I just use a regular eyeshadow. It does the same work, and I find for me personally the eyebrow doesn't move. So I'm actually going in with my Maybelline New York, this little palette. It's a neutral palette, and I'm going to be using this brown right here. It has a little bit of glitter, but I've done this before with this particular brown, and it doesn't like make a big difference, you know. So going in the same way I would with my brow shadow, I'm just going to be filling in. And that's basically it. I mean, the thing about it is I always had, growing up and doing makeup and stuff, I always had to find hacks because I didn't always have money, but I always had products, so I had to find a way to use other products for a different purpose. And I do this sometimes if I can't find my brow shadow, if I run out of my brow shadow, like I'm running out of my brow shadow, so you know, yeah, and I'm getting a call. Alright, sorry about that. So let me explain really quickly. I work from at home, so occasionally I may get interrupted with work calls and so on. I do apologize in advance for that, but let's get on with it. So the brows are all filled, and now it's time to sculpt. So a new technique that I'm using, I probably explained it in one of my previous videos, but I can't remember. I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. This new technique that I'm using in terms of sculpting my brows, I use my foundation to actually sculpt the top of my brow, and then I use a concealer 2 shades lighter than my skin tone on the under part. And the reason for that is simply it just makes it so much easier to blend back in the top of the brow at least. If I can't find a concealer that's my exact shade, the foundation, I just blend it back in, because then I have to cover my entire face with the foundation. So I've been doing this for, I guess, the past month or so, a little more than a month, and it's like freaking gold. I don't know why I never did this before, but yeah. So I just sculpt my brows like usual. And like I would have said earlier, I always go bigger than the actual shape of my brow. That's so that when I then get to this part, I don't take away too much of the brow, because I personally have to create my shape. If you would have noticed before I actually filled in my brows, they're actually pretty straight and they kind of go down. So I always have to go bigger and, you know, create a bit of an arch. Turn back on my music. And my mom is outside with my son, so I'll be right back. So a bit of a heads up, my son is at home, so if you hear any random outbursts or screaming, you know what it is. Just a heads up. Alright, so going in with my concealer, I'm using the Ashlee Cosmetics concealer, and this is in the shade Caramel. And because I have not been doing anything but Christmas shopping, I have not actually replenished my makeup, so I've had to resort to cutting it and actually using what's left. There's so much product inside you would not believe. So here we go. At some point this weekend before Christmas, I will definitely find myself in a makeup store and replenish my stuff, because it is so overdue. Plus there's this makeup store that opened fairly recently here in Barbados, that I want to go and look at their products and purchase some stuff. So I think it would be a perfect opportunity to head up there and buy some new products, buy some cleansing mask and skincare products. And I think a New Year resolution of mine is going to be to actually do more skincare routines, and I don't do them right now, which I don't see as necessarily a bad thing, because I drink a lot of water, so my skin under makeup is pretty amazing. Let's toot my own horn here for a second, but my skin is pretty amazing under all of my makeup, and I guess that's largely in part because I drink a lot of water and so on, and I try not to keep on my makeup. At the end of the day I wash it off right away and so on, but I was never one to really get into the whole having a skincare routine, you know, per se, moisturize, wash, use a mask. I think the main reason for that in the past was money. I didn't really see the need in spending a whole shitload of money to get skincare products when there was nothing really wrong with my skin. In recent years it is because of laziness, because I just buy my makeup. I don't need skincare products because, like I said, my skin is pretty okay. But I promise, as the new year turns, I'm gonna buy some more. I'm gonna buy, period, skincare products and try to find a skincare routine that I can share with you guys. Right, I'm just one of those persons that, like, if something isn't broken, don't fix it. And you know, there's nothing per se that's wrong with my skin, so I never brought the products, but I would try to find a very affordable routine, because let's face it, I never have money. It will have to be affordable, like all of my makeup. I don't have expensive makeup, you know, all the Morphe and the Tarte. Me not got no money to spend on that sort of makeup. So, moving along. As you can see, I have dark circles, so I am going to cover that up. And I'm going in with my Beauty Treats concealer palette. And I am going in with this shade right here. And I'm going to basically cover up my dark circles. So, my brows are done. I've concealed what needs to be concealed, and now it is time for my foundation. Yes, I do not, for everyday makeup where I'm doing a lot of errands and stuff, I do not do the whole contour and highlight thing. I mean, I really don't do it as a general thing because laziness, but everyday makeup, I don't contour and highlight. I moisturize my face, I put on some primer and foundation. So I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Coverage foundation, and this is in the shade Toast, and I'm going to use my beauty blender, and I'm just going to apply that. Now, I would have said before that the LA Girl, this foundation, this particular foundation that I'm using is very wet, and I was actually going to switch out and go back to my Maybelline foundation, but I'm still gonna get Maybelline at some point in time. But I actually found that with using my beauty blender, it's not as wet. As you can see, it is almost dry, and I mean, the beauty blender is soaking up a lot of the product, which is why you find that persons tend to shy away from using a beauty blender to apply their foundation. But because this is what I have right now, I have to work with what I have. And so rather than use my brush, which would leave the foundation super wet, I suck it up and use my beauty blender that will soak up a lot of the product, but I get the job done, right? When I put it on my foundation, sometimes it takes away my brow. I just go back in and clean up. Right, and that's my foundation applied. Now, because this concealer that I would have used, the Beauty Treats concealer, it can tend to move and it can tend to crease, and my eyes do crease. I usually set it with my LA Girl Pro Powder translucent powder. I don't use much. I'm using my same beauty blender. I just pat it onto my lid just to set that. So after a couple hours, you don't see streaks of concealer because my eyes creased and it moved. So I'm going in with my LA Girl pressed powder. This is Creamy Mocha, and I'm just going to apply this on my face. the next thing I do is I apply eyeliner. And going in with my trusty NK eyeliner. This is in black. Alright, so this is my basic everyday look. I don't do my eyeliner so heavy, but for the purpose of the holiday flair that I would add to this look, I've done it a bit heavy. But this is my basic look. I then fade my brows to make them more natural. I add mascara, sometimes I apply lashes, I add lipstick, and that's pretty much the look. But now it is on to what will make this look more holiday. So we are going to be adding some glitter, and I am going to be using my Heyy Beauty glitter, and this is in the shade Rocking the Night, and I'm actually going to apply this to my wing. Now I could have easily done this without doing the wing, but because I need some form of a guide, I had to do the wing. And to apply this, I'm actually going to be using my Magic Collection primer, and then I'm just going to be using a regular applicator to actually apply the glitter. So I've tried this before and it's a bit tedious, but the end result is so gorgeous, it's worth it. So I'm just going to be applying the primer to the eyeliner. Okay, so something's been going on with my camera quite recently, and I am only just realizing that it is actual problem. I would be filming and it would say that it's recorded, but then apparently it's not recording, and so I'm losing a lot of demonstration time because I keep on going until I actually give myself a set time to check and make sure that it's still recording, because this Sony camera that I'm using, the recording time is actually only a half hour, so I give myself 25 minutes of recording time and then I stop and I start again. But as of lately, it's actually stopping before that 25-minute mark, so I'm gonna have to go and try to get this sorted out because I keep losing demonstration time, and I'm so upset because thankfully I didn't go very much further, but I missed a whole set of demonstration time in terms of me applying the glitter. I only got like a little bit of time, and it's not something I can really go back to. So what I will do, I am just going to add a little bit more wing onto this eye, just so I can show you the actual process. I won't start completely over. I'm not ever doing that. Laziness. So I'm just gonna add some more wing so you can actually see the process and so on. Okay, that is not working, so I will remove the wing from this eye as opposed to adding on. These things happen. I just roll with the punches. I try not to get flustered. It's just makeup. So I'm actually going to remove the wing. And I'm going to show you all of this because makeup does not just happen. Shit happens and you have to start over. You make mistakes, and as much as we practice and so on, shit happens. So yeah, So I just had to remove my entire wing. Now to go again. Then I just go in with my flat brush and my foundation and I clean up the edge. And then I just went in with a wedge and just used it to blend back out the foundation. And that's basically it. So I mean, a whole chunk of the tutorial went or whatever, but at least I was still able to show you how I did it. And now it's time for some lashes. And that is the look. Now to do some highlighting. Now, my mom is always on my makeup. And here comes my son. Hi, Pumpkin. He's saying pretty. Now, my mom is always in my makeup, and so she takes up my stuff and she doesn't put it back. And so I don't actually have my highlighter. So another hack of mine, when I don't have highlighter, I find the prettiest eyeshadow that has a shimmer and I use that. So going back in with my Maybelline palette, I'm going to be using this sort of gold bronze right here, and I'm going in with my Juvia's Palace eyeshadow again, and this is in the shade Carlotta. And between these two shades, we're gonna have some highlighter, guys. Is that Aiden? You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi to everyone? Hold on. Look. Look and say hi. Okay, say bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
So between these two shades, I will have highlighter. See that? Does that not pop? This is the Maybelline neutral palette. Is that not shine? It may not be the same thing as highlighter, but it gives the same effect, which is supposed to add attention to certain points of the face. Alright, and the lipstick I am going to be using is the Milani Amore Matte Metallic Lip Cream, and for some reason the name of this actual shade is not on the lipstick, so you'll see what it looks like when it goes on and it dries.